What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'm going to be talking about James Harden and his go-to move series. Now James Harden sets up his defenders a lot. He's one of the best scorers of all time and one of, if not the best, ISO scorer of all time. So before we get into the video, if you want a free workout, free online training workout that's going to help you start dominating defenders, creating space, and shifting defenders like James Harden, click the link in the description below. Now without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now before we get into James Harden's step backs, his crossover, and all his other moves, let's talk about the thing that sets up everything, which is his size up, between the legs cross, and between the legs dribble. Now this is so effective because James Harden has perfected one single go-to move and size up that allows him to read his defender and make a decision based off of how he plays him. So if he plays off, he goes to the step back. If he shifts too much to his left, he crosses over. If he doesn't shift enough to his left and has a lane, he's going to drive. But this size up right here starts off everything James Harden does. Now let's start with his first go-to move, which is a step back. Now when James Harden does his size up, all he's trying to see is if his defender is going to step back and give him enough space to shoot, or is he going to play up to where he has to drive. Now once he sees his defender is stepping back a little bit, or they're giving him too much space, that's when he goes into his step back. So let's get into James Harden's other go-to move out of his size up, which is simply attacking the basket and getting downhill. Now the key point that you need to understand is that when James Harden goes downhill, he attacks the top foot. I see so many players get this wrong. The reason you want to attack the top foot is because it actually makes it easier for you, because your defender has to turn their entire bodies and switch their hips to stay in front of you, which most of the time they're not going to be able to stay in front of you. So this is James Harden's other go-to move, and he actually draws a lot of contact and fouls on top of this. Now this is the perfect clip I want to show you guys, and I'm going to go through it in slow motion with you guys. So you see here Danny Green's defending James Harden, and he relentlessly attacks the top foot over and over again to make his defender switch his hips, because once you attack the top foot, they have to turn their entire body, which makes it easier for you to drive and get downhill. You don't want to make it harder than what it has to be. Now let's get into James Harden's counter move, which is a drop cross out of his size up. Now you'll see James Harden do this a lot. He also tends to do a split through as well. I'll show you guys when he actually does the split through in this video, but he usually does a drop cross to counter if his defender shifts his weight and tries to cut off his drive. So you really want to use this counter move when you see your defender shifts his weight to your ball side hand. Now remember, the key to actually selling the crossover is to actually get your outside foot wider than theirs. Once you get your outside foot wider than theirs, it opens up the driving angle for you. So as soon as they see you, or they feel you get outside of them and they shift over, it's perfectly timed for the counter off the cross. Now remember, this is James Harden's counter move. It isn't a telegraphed crossover. It's a counter simply if his defender cuts off his driving angle. Also, here's another option besides the crossover that he uses a lot, which is a split through. So a split through is when we quickly split our feet and go between the legs to change angles. That's it for the video, guys. Hope you guys liked the video. If you want more content like this, leave a like and comment down below what you think and what play I should do next. Also, if you want a free workout that's going to help you become unguardable on the court and start dominating defenders and shifting defenders, click the link in the description below. It's a free workout, literally a free workout with an online training video to help you become harder to guard. That's it for the video. See you guys next time. Peace.